There we go, Mr. Joe Bravo, Hermosa Mujer, 7:59 in the morning. Good morning, Double R Radio, Tuesday morning. Woo! 9/11/2018. Man, it was funny that how these days fly by. They really, really do, and even more so. A couple of days ago, I go, man, we're coming up on 9/11 again. Just simply crazy. It really, really is, and I think everybody by now, they kind of think back, they reminisce, they think back to 9/11, what they were doing, how it affected them, and really, man, just a crazy, crazy day. I've shared this story before, but I'm going to share it again. I like sharing it on 9/11 because a lot of people have heard me tell the story. A lot of people haven't, and it is really an intriguing story. It really, really is. Let's do some good morning shout out. Good morning shout out going out to Mary Franco. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Maravilla's very own Joe Gutierrez. How you doing, Joe? Good morning. Connie Villasreal. Good morning, good morning. Mr. Bob Gallarza, I gotta get with you, brother. Definitely want to tag another interview with you. Okay, so I will be getting with you, I promise you. Christina Martinez Garza, good morning, says, good morning, Robert. Have a blessed Margarita Tuesday. There we go. James Gonzalez también, good morning, good morning, good morning. Cristo Garcia, buenos días. Connie Villasreal, buenos días, buenos días. Christina Aguilera, good morning, good morning, good morning. Anyways, it is 9/11. Mike Rodriguez, buenos días, 9/11, 911. And, Christina Martinez Garza says, wow, 911, I know, right? Anyways, back when 9/11 happened, when everything went down, all true, I was working for EMI Latin. I was a promoter for EMI Latin, and that day, I had to be at the Alamo Dome. The Alamo Dome, they've got meeting offices, just in case you don't know, down in the basement. The Alamo Dome here in San Antonio, they have meeting offices down there, and the Tejano Music Awards had scheduled a meeting on this day, 9/11, back in 2001. They had scheduled a meeting. Well, I went to the meeting. I got there. I woke up in the morning, and mind you, I wake up and I always turn on the TV, but this time I didn't. I didn't turn on the TV. I was just getting ready, doing my thing, and I get in my car and I start driving straight to the Alamo Dome. As I get in my car, I'm hearing the radio, and I'm hearing where they're talking about a plane that hit the World Trade Center, and I thought, it's probably a small little plane, somebody drunk or whatever, a suicidal guy. I didn't think too much of it whatsoever. When I got to the Alamo Dome, I went to the basement. There was a lot of people there, a lot of representatives from a lot of record labels, and they were talking. Everybody was talking a little bit, and everybody was talking about the plane hitting the World Trade Center. And I said, yeah, I heard about that on the radio. They said, man, it was a commercial jet. And I go, really? Wow, I didn't know that. So, of course, it had everybody's attention. Mind you, the meeting hadn't started yet, and there was a lot of people down there, including Abraham Quintanilla. Selena's father was there as well, and me and him were talking a little bit. We really didn't know each other at the time, so we started talking a little bit. Well, in a matter of minutes, some security guards, all true, some security guards walked in to the meeting room at the Alamo Dome where we were at, and they asked all of us to evacuate the Alamo Dome immediately. And we were like, why? What's going on? And they said, well, a second plane has attacked the World Trade Center, and it looks like we're under attack. And I was like, wow. So everybody, we all scattered. We all got out of the Alamo Dome. And let me tell you what was so weird about it. Everybody's walking out, and as we're walking out, the streets of San Antonio were empty. They were all empty. And I don't know what made me look up, but I was looking up into the skies expecting to see planes attacking us or something. I don't know. It was just kind of weird. It really, really was. And me and Abraham ended up going to Mi Tierra for a cup of coffee, and we were watching the news. We were watching CNN there at Mi Tierra where everything was going on. And then my boss called me from EMI and tells me, Robert, where are you at? I said, I'm here with Abraham Quintanilla. We're having some coffee. He goes, Robert, whenever you're done, don't go back to work. Go home and be with your family. And I'll never forget that. I will never forget that. And of course, all eyes were glued on the TV when 9/11 happened. Really, really a sad day, a tragic day in history. Anyways, good morning, Charaganata, Diana Charles, good morning, Albert Quinones, buenos dias, James Gonzalez, good morning, brother. There we go, Xavier Olivares, X-Man, good morning, good morning, good morning. Brenda Silva, good morning. Olga Gracian, good morning, good morning. That's right, Olga, never forget. That's right, Jesus Alvarado, Rosemary Gomez, good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm going to give y'all some surprising facts about 9/11 that you probably never realized. Check this out. These are some crazy fact that I didn't know about it, and maybe you did, but I didn't know about it. Did you know that CNN was the most watched TV station going on for everybody was trying to get information about 9/11? CNN was the most watched news station that people were watching. CNN was top dog, and it wasn't even about the ratings. It was a matter of just letting people know what was going on. Also, check this out. The New York Times reports the company that owned the World Trade Center had planned a meeting on the 88th floor of one of the towers to discuss options for possible terrorist attacks. When it was discovered one participant wasn't able to attend, the meeting, which was to have taken place the morning of 9/11, was canceled. Crazy, right? It really, really is. Now, check this out. The first firefighter that was killed in 9/11 was killed by a jumper. So figure this one out. A jumper who jumped from the World Trade Center all the way down because he saw no other way, jumped from the top of the World Trade Center, landed on a firefighter and killed the firefighter. How crazy is that, isn't it? Wow. Also, another fact about 9/11, one of the plane's engine survived the explosion and everything going into the World Trade Center. And the engine was discovered a few blocks away, wedged in between two buildings. An engine survived the explosion. How crazy is that? Also, a yellow lab, of course a dog, yellow lab dog, saved 31 people while they were going through the rubble and everything. The dog was finding survivors in the rubble. The dog was doing this. Also, another fact about 9/11. Queen Elizabeth authorized the guards to play the national anthem there in England. How crazy is that, right? Pretty cool. It really, really is. Also, another fact about 9/11. Employees who were inside the World Trade Centers when the two planes exploded into the World Trade Center, employees were told not to leave the tower, to stay put. Crazy. It really, really is. Anyways, I've been doing Uber for close to a year already, and it is really, really something else how many people I have met doing Uber and left. And I got to tell you, about 3 or 4 months ago, no lie, because I like conversing with my passengers and whatever, but I picked up this one couple. This is all true. I picked up this one couple in downtown San Antonio, and I was taking them to the airport. They were an older couple, and we're talking a little bit, and I'm going, so what do you do, sir? He tells me, I used to be a policeman in New York. And I go, really? How interesting. So I told him, did you happen to be there when 9/11 happened? And he told me, son, I was one of the first responders to get to the building when the planes hit the World Trade Center. And so there is a movie called World Trade Center. I don't know if you guys know this or not. So I asked him, out of curiosity, did you ever get to see the movie World Trade Center? And he says, I don't need to see the movie. I was there. And I go, you know what? You're very, very right. I feel like if I was interviewing the man, and I told him, is there a distinct memory that you'll never forget? He goes, I really don't want to talk about it. Is that okay? And I felt really bad, and I said, I'm so sorry. I can totally understand. I apologize for these questions. It's just that, it is just unreal. It's unthinkable for what happened to happen, and even more so to be there and to witness everything the way you did. And I told him, I apologize. He goes, no. It's okay. But as we were getting to the airport, he tells me, let me just tell you one thing. He goes, it is a memory that I will never, ever forget, and I will be taken to my grave with me. And I told him, I totally understand. And, He is one of the few people that I have gotten to the airport. I unload their luggage, and I shook his hand, and I told him, thank you for your services. And that is very, very true. Good morning, shout out to Tony Rivas. Good morning, Tony. How we doing? We will never forget. That's right. Maria Alvarez. Buenos días. Evita Love Cadrillo. Good morning, good morning. Cecilia Piedra. También good morning. Jerry Poe. Good morning, good morning. James Gonzalez. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I tell you what I'm going to do for y'all right now is to log on to Robert Rivas Radio right now, robertrivasradio.com, and just click on the blue button. I'm going to play back-to-back special songs that were written for 9/11. The first one, what I'm going to play, was written by the Eagles. It's called Hole in the World. It's an awesome song that the Eagles wrote for remembering 9/11. And the background to the story to the song is the Eagles were getting ready to go to the recording studio to cut a new CD. While they were getting there, they found out what happened in 9/11. They canceled everything. And they got together at one of the guys' living room, and they decided to write a song that evening about what happened in New York. And this is the song that they wrote to remember 9/11. Please join me at robertrivasradio.com and click on the blue button. I'm going to play a couple of songs in memory, should I say, to what happened in 9/11 in New York City. Here we go. The Eagles, Hole in the World. Good morning, Double R Radio. Good morning, shout out to Christina Martinez Garza. So dramatic. Never will forget how many people died on 9/11. That's right. Good morning, shout out to Cecilia Piedra. Let's get back to the morning show. Join me, robertrivasradio.com. Just click on the blue button, man. It's all free. Join me now.